waliyo abalina obuzibu bwabwe ku nsonga z'ensimbi bagamba nti ziriko damage. Lwaki? Tumusime bitutuuseeko tulabe.
Neyanzege Faluku ne Fedi mu studio ye Kampala mwebale kuweereza eggwanga. Kasese bwakedde bulungi naffe tubabuzaako. Kasese waliyo kosani naddala mu bantu aba Kasese municipality basanze obuzibu naddala omuntu aba yagenze kugula ekintu ku dduuka ng'alina akapapula ka nooti akalina damage tebakakkiriza, coin erina damage tebagikiriza. So batayera kubagoba ku maduuka ne baddayo nga tebaguze bye baba bagenze kugula. So leero tufunyeko kyasi ne tusisingana omu kwabo abava mu Bank of Uganda naddala ono ye director wa Bank of Uganda naye ng'ali mu sekita ya Kasese agenda kutunyonyola naddala kikirizibwa mu mateeka omuntu kugenda ne coin erina damage ne bamugoba n'addayo waka nga talina ekyo kyaba yagenze kugula. So we are live on Salt TV. Kuza kubatulaba.
Good morning, viewers.
Tubadde tukusabako weyanjulire omulabe wa Salt TV naddala n'okutubulira lwaki abantu batandise kugoba abantu abalina currency coins notes ezirina damages ate nga ziri supposed kukkirizibwa oyo yaba yakikafunye n'akatwala mu bank.
First of all, I'm going to request you kindly for your viewers to allow me to speak in English. I hope that's okay.
It's okay.
Okay. So before I get to the specific question, I just wanted to speak to the people of Kasese and invite them to Kasese Square today, where the Bank of Uganda is going to be parked and camped to explain everything about what the bank is doing, what it does as a public institution, and the services it renders Ugandans that are mandated to it. And these will include the most important one, which is managing inflation, keeping prices low and stable. We are going to talk about how people can invest in services like treasury bills and bonds. We are going to share with them information of services like the Agriculture Credit Facility, the Small Business Recovery Fund, and everything that the bank does. We are also going to tell them about currency, notes and coins, which is the question you're asking me now. Now, the issue of damaged notes and coins, understandably, when it's damaged, there is some kind of uncertainty. Because when it's torn to some extent, if it is bent to some extent, then what I assume is that the people receiving it wonder whether it will be accepted at their commercial bank and given full value. Now, I want to give the people of Kasese assurances that there is a system, there is a mechanism for managing damaged coins and notes. If you might be uncertain, sometimes it's just a small pinch on the corner. Really, that shouldn't be an issue. But the commercial banks, and there are 5 here in Kasese, plus I think 2 micro deposit taking institutions, all those institutions are there to help. You take your damaged note and coin, which you are not sure of, and they will look at it and make a judgment and return to you the full face value. However, where the damage is such that it is difficult for the bank to tell whether Bank of Uganda would accept it, then the Bank of Uganda becomes the last resort. And for the places where we have branches, we actually have a window for the public to walk in with damaged, mutilated banknotes and coins, and we look at them and redeem them. Now, the key thing here is the basis for redemption is such that in replacing this note or coin, you want to be sure that that you have redeemed it fully. What do I mean? If Christine has a piece of a note, a very small piece of a note, and brings it for redemption, and we redeem it today, we need to be sure that the other piece of the note, she will not bring it and also redeem it separately, and therefore get 2,000 for the value of 1,000, because it costs you and me, because it costs money to replace and print and mint banknotes and coins. So therefore, there are some criteria that guide the commercial banks and ultimately Bank of Uganda on specific pieces for how they are redeemable. In the majority of cases, it is a more straightforward judgment. So it is the exceptions which people are not sure of. But that brings me to my other message. Why do notes and coins get damaged? It is in how we are using them. It is how we are keeping them. It is what we are putting on them. I used to see people trying to sanitize them, that, because of during the time we were dealing at the height of the pandemic. Sometimes people keep them in working environments. Our working environments is where we get money, I accept. But if you are working with say, if you're a butcher, try to keep it away from where the blood from the, because what happens is that note immediately becomes replaceable as people continue to reject it or people continue to use it badly because this note is bad, I don't want it. How people are keeping their money getting cut. Sometimes people are keeping money in at home. We have issues of termites. We have issues of fire. Those are some of the common reasons for redemption. And so our message to Ugandans is, number one, use the money well. Why? Because it's not a single person, single use issuance. We are supposed to pass it around. It's issued from the bank, it goes to so and so, traded, goes back and forth and back to the bank until it's pulled out of circulation. So let's use our money well and not subject it to physical damages. But also let us utilize financial institutions. There are still people who are keeping money, who prefer to keep their money at home. And yet, today, we have all over the country 830 branches of a regulated financial institution. But beyond that, we have thousands of bank agents. So even if it is not near you, the branch is not near you, you have bank agents who will function for you exactly like the bank. So let's discourage the keeping of money in places where it will get damaged. Yes, we can take damages that need judgment as a last resort to Bank of Uganda, but the commercial banks are here to serve that purpose. We have talked to them, and I expect that the people of Kasese can be helped. We are also going to come back here and do very specific sensitization in that regard and see whether there are any further interventions. But for now, a damaged note should be taken to a commercial bank.
Tuyanze ku lwakadde katukume wano. Faluku ne Fedi ku lwakadde katukume wano n'abalala baweereze. Simanyi oba mulinayo ekibuuzo kye muyinza kuwako director wa Kasese abaddemu nga tetunnasibula abalabi ba Salt TV.
Tuyina different kinds of money damages omuntu zayinza okugamba nti zino zenyinza okubesingirako nga ensimbi zange zifunye obuzibu.
Omulidde bulungi agambye, like, do we have any type of any currency, like any coin or not, like to show people that this money, if you have like this type of money, you are not supposed to take it to a shop? Or
Let me first say that all currency issued by the Bank of Uganda, in whatever state it's in circulation, is legal tender. So this 1,000 that you see is very old, and this one that you're seeing is new. They all have equal status. So first and foremost, let's accept it. Now, if, for example, you have an accident and it gets torn here, and you bring this part to the bank, it's 3/4, it's more than half, we shall redeem it. Because this piece here we cannot redeem, it's too small. But because you cannot have a single standard of how notes get damaged or coins, sometimes the termite will eat it in the middle, Sometimes the fire will burn it at some point, at some side. So we have to make a judgment, and the commercial banks have to make a judgment. But generally, as long as we are satisfied that we have the majority of the redeemable, and we can ascertain that the other piece will not also be similarly redeemed, then we shall redeem it. So I cannot give you a standard. It is case by case, but that's the principle.
Thank you so much. Faluku ndoze ekibuzo kyo bakizemu bulungi. Over to you.
Nyotwa Yanzege Gerald mutwebaliza omugenyi annyonnyodde bulungi nnyo nsuubira nti kati buli munnayuganda akitegedde tubadde tulina abantu abawerako bayita mu bitundu eyo wansi by the way nga bagula ssente enkadde bwe luba 10 n'akuwaamu 6 abamu n'akuwaamu ndowooza 7 okusinziira mubalaba mu bitundu byammwe kati kitegeeza nti ebadde nga bizinesi y'amaanyi bw'amala ozikugulako ye n'azikwata n'azitwala mu bbanka ate bamuweera ddala ezo zennyini nnyini z'aba akuggyeeko.